Let's see here. Gotta shut down some windows. Gotta shut down some more windows.
Yeah, just turn the lights off when you're done.
Yeah,
Should stay on.
I could do that. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty gosh darn good. Let me see if I can get Caleb in here. Caleb's lazy as all hell.
When's starvation? Is he not doing it at all? Set it on his phone for a whole year.
Yeah, he didn't do it. He's a pussy. All right, invites. Wow, look. Hey man, I'm sending you this link. Where you at?
Yeah, I was waiting for the link.
Quit talking shit, bro.
You piece of shit.
That's inappropriate language.
Just send the link.
I am, dude. Check what's your email, little cutie 101. Fuck, I need to sign in.
It's K8USAS.
Dude, hold on a second. I have to log into the. This is some bullshit, guys. I'm just letting you know right now that Caleb is basically. He screwed me over. Gmail's making me log in again, dude. How do I send him the show notes without
Facebook?
Yeah, dude. I don't.
You might be able to text it.
Dude, this is dirty. This is dirty, guys. I'm sorry to delay the show. This is mostly Alex's fault. Come on, Safari. Do something for me. Guys, we may not be able to do this. Hold on. What do you think? All right. Guys, we're trying to adjust. We're trying to pivot real quick. Email. Come on, dude.
Or do you have FaceTime on the...
How about Gmail? Come on, baby. Fudge. Whatever, I don't want this one. Here, we're going to go through this one. Man, this is an interesting start to a live show.
Well, how many people are watching?
Probably nobody.
Yeah.
Why do I have to connect to Bluetooth to do this?
I have no idea.
Man, Google could suck it. I don't understand why everything in the world's got to be so complicated these days. You see what I mean?
You have Facebook. You could Facebook.
Well, let's see here. I don't even know if I can. Are we logged into Facebook? See, look. Hold on. Let's try to log in. There's probably going to be some other kind of password issue.
Probably. It's probably going to ask.
Text
message.
Okay, guys. Hold on. We're almost done here. Man, whoever's listening to this podcast is probably going to be drilling holes through their head. Okay, here we go. Are we friends on Facebook, dude?
No, dude. I sent you a friend request like 5 years ago and you never accepted it.
Shit, dude.
You're a piece of shit friend.
Seriously? Come on, man. What is going on here? All right, Caleb, I'm going to try to send this to you via, okay.
Message.
Okay, wait, message?
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, I'm going to send this to you. What are you on Facebook?
What am I on Facebook?
You make a new message, probably. I mean, I could be wrong about this. You might need to search him on Facebook. I might have fucked you up.
No, I don't want this shit. Let's try this. Caleb Yates.
Now I gotta figure out how to log into Facebook on my computer.
Oh my God, dude. Anybody who's watching this live stream right now is probably going to gun us down. There's 18 people watching us trying to figure this out right now. I'm embarrassed for these people. Should I just kill this live stream and relaunch it?
Let me just do it.
Try to go through our email.
I could log into my email. Look, there's Caleb.
All right, see if you can shoot him a DM link. Yep.
Are you doing it through Facebook?
Hey, guess what? You're friends now.
Yeah, we're friends. We're gonna send you. Yeah, we're gonna have to send you this link through Facebook.
Okay, now I gotta log into Facebook through my.
Oh my God, dude, this is getting bad.
But don't worry, I can log in.
Look, where you going?
Oh, I gotta copy the link, dude.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm not retarded. I'm already in.
Oh, here we go, boys.
You've DM'd him a bunch of videos.
Yeah, where are these videos from?
Whoa.
I don't know.
Oh, dude, that's us wasted at Crestline when we were getting in a fight with that dude. Oh my gosh, we were messaging back then, dude. We were boys. We were boys.
But we're not friends. But we're not friends.
I don't just give away friendship. Hey, brother, I talked to you in Palmerton. This is the first message I ever got from Caleb, guys. Hey, brother, I talked to you in Palmerton about Broken Skull. Funniest thing was after 7 months of waiting, I get a call today with a Skype interview tomorrow. Any suggestions for the interview? I said, go big, dude. Thanks, brother. Let's see.
That's all you said.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Let's see if I can leave a lasting impression. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Good luck in VT. Sorry I didn't give you more helpful tips other than go big. Haha. This is us back in 2016. Almost 10 years ago.
It's nuts. We've known each other that long.
What a world, guys. What a world. All right, did you get it?
Yeah, I'm entering now.
Why you just asked Saban to set you up? Okay, gonna be in Malibu in September training for the first High Rocks. What do we need to know? Can we get a workout in? Listen, dude, I don't sleep around with strangers like that, dude. Sickest intro in the podcast industry. Thank you. Let's get this thing hyped up. What are you trying to hide? Jesus.
Adding messages.
Bad ones?
No.
What are you saying? Caleb, you in? Oh, Caleb.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, you are in.
Hold on, I'm trying to fix my
Enhance.
audio because I'm currently connecting my phone because I was talking to you on my phone.
Dude, look at that saber-toothed tiger in the background. That thing is sick.
See that?
Dude, you
Yeah,
look
dude.
good. You're sick. All right, I got to hang up
Yeah.
on you. Let's roll. I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, hold on. Let's try this. All right, now try again. Are you talking?
He's frozen.
Can you hear me?
Dude, yeah, you're frozen, dude. Is it us or is it him?
It's him. Oh, no, he was faking. No,
Oh, no, dude. I can't tell, but now you're better, dude. It's good to have you here. It took us a long time to get to this
It's
point.
good now. It's good now, right?
What do you think about the podcast setup? We're starting to get better. Except for you
I
can
like
kind
the
of see
podcast.
chords.
It just took, 7.5 minutes in? It just took a little bit, but
Dude, your service connection is total dog shit. Is that on us or is that on
is the
him?
Wi-Fi jacking up?
could be both. Could be either.
Shit, dude.
I have full bars of Wi-Fi.
I would say that 90% of our problems are related to you, Caleb. So let's get into the
Since
notes
I'm
here.
on the podcast 90% of the time.
Yeah, it's true, dude. It is true. So I wrote some really good notes out here where I wanted to kind of go over some things. But let's just check in on you, dude. Are you actually in half decent shape these days? Are you gonna show up and do some fucking damage soon, dude? You feeling good?
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, I am. I'm about to
You
wreck
looked actually-
everyone's soul at HyperCon games.
You actually look pretty
Good.
lean in that Decafit post that I just saw you make. This is gonna suck, isn't it?
I feel good. I feel stronger than I ever have been. Thanks to this. Hold on one second. Am I iffy on my computer?
Yeah, dude. I can't tell. I mean, you getting everything for me because I think it's just 100% your
Oh,
fault.
please.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that Caleb's ruined everything. And what's your? It might really just be your computer because whenever you do this from your phone, you're 10 times better.
Yeah, I'm gonna connect it to my computer or my phone right now.
Yeah. Here's what we're
We'll
gonna
try it
do,
that
and I'm
way.
just. Bye, Caleb. All right, guys. So we had to drop Caleb, and basically, Caleb's a hobo rat, and we're really sorry that it took that long to bring Caleb in here. But today is going to be an exciting experience. There's a couple things I want to talk about. One, Christian Blumenfeld just absolutely smashed a 7:24 Ironman. I don't know if that's the new world record, Ironman world record time. And it might have been, he just might have said it. 7:21 by Christian Blumenfeld. But dude, this guy was only 3 minutes off of his world record. So let's just see. Frankfurt Ironman. Let's just go back for 2 seconds. Ironman world record. I think Caleb's back in, guys. We're going to let him in. We're going to add him in. All right. Dude, this is way better, by the way.
Is it any better now?
Yeah, it's way better. This is what you just get for having a POS computer.
Dude, this is like a brand new computer.
I know, man. But listen, there's a lot of people here, meaning only 23 right now. Usually during the day, we break over 100, which is fun. But you're just going to have to accept the fact that you live in Texas and everything there is a little bit more ghetto.
Well, it's also because everything's on fire right now. It was 108 degrees today.
Do you know what an Alaskan pipeline is?
Yeah?
You know the Urban Dictionary version of it?
No?
You should Google it, dude. It's foul. Someone in the notes asked me to do that the other day, and I was just like, damn, you people are
Alaskan
sick in
pipeline.
the head.
Okay.
Dude, so wait a second. It looks like Christian Blumenfeld set. So the notes I was going to say is Christian Blumenfeld just almost broke the world record again in the Ironman a week after the Olympics. And I mean, dude, the guy is just such a freak. I cannot believe that he got away with this time. The 7:24, the times are insane. The times are so insane. It's like uncomfortable to say out loud.
Where was this one held at?
In Frankfurt.
Holy shit.
So I went and I studied him a lot because he didn't do well at the Olympics. And his big disappointment in an interview when I was reading it was basically that he didn't do enough speed work. Like he wished that he trained too much Ironman style stuff. He wished he trained more like a sprint athlete. He didn't feel like he was quick enough to hang with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
But then a week later, he goes out and does the second fastest Ironman time in history. So as like an outside person, do you think winning the Olympic triathlon is more important or setting the Ironman world record?
Setting the Ironman world record, 100%.
Yeah. Like I can't even imagine like many people who even know the distances for an Olympic triathlon. They'd probably assume that it was a full Ironman distance.
That's
but
absurd,
the dude ran a 2:32 marathon or a 2:34 marathon after biking and swimming that humongous distance. So like did that.
How much gain was on the bike?
It's usually nothing, dude. I mean, I think Frankfurt's one of these like really, really low, like, pretty easy courses. That's why those guys go out there. Roth seems to be a really fast course. Frankfurt seems to be a fast course. And I mean, it's just astounding the results that guy ends up pulling out of his ass. I mean, he doesn't pull them out of his ass. He just trains so hard. And I've been studying all of these guys' Stravas. Oh, damn, dude, the cat.
I know.
I end up stalking these guys' Stravas, and they all seem to have this like really, really similar kind of buildup. Like, do you follow, what's his name? Killian Jornet?
On Instagram, I do, not on Strava.
Yeah, dude, his stuff's is insane. And he ended up, this is really interesting. He ended up basically breaking all the records on all these courses and winning some of the biggest races, but he was injured last year. And what I'm recognizing a lot of these guys do is they basically, when they train a little bit less and take a bigger chunk of rest, and then all of a sudden come back and push really, really hard, excuse me, they tend to have these crazy results. And what I think this guy didn't do is he didn't take a break at all. And that's why I think he had a hard result this year. So check this out.
Yeah. It's kind of what happened to you, right?
Yeah, man. I overtrained. And you know what's interesting? My biggest record has happened after I basically took a lot of time off. and ended up absolutely crushing it. So I always like to look at the 6 months before right now. It looks like this guy ended up doing, well, this has got to be his Ironman itself right here. Yeah, so this is all part of the Ironman in Langen, Germany. So you look right here. He actually ended up getting 5,000 feet on that bike ride. That's not small at all.
No, that's half of what we did at Starvation.
Yeah, dude. Okay, look at this. 550. So he ran a 2:34 marathon. That's what I was talking about.
God.
Like, that's sick, dude. So let's just actually look at this run.
A 2:34 marathon after all of that is just.
And it's just interesting, dude. I think he's like only really like a 15-something minute 5K guy. But let's look at his splits. Show them to me, bitch. Woo! Look at this. 524, 534, 520. All the way down to the end. He actually ended up cracking near the end, but he came out in these sick paces. Like this right here is just slightly slower than what I would do for my 5K time.
Yeah.
Near the end, like you can tell, he definitely had a little bit of a struggle where he added and up to, 30 seconds faster per mile. This one right here, mile 26, homeboy was having a moment.
Gosh.
But that is just so crazy. He comes out here just clipping off hard miles, and then you can see over time he ends up dropping out. But yeah, if you go back and you look at this guy's training, I always go about 6 months back, and 6 months from August, so you go July, June, May, April, March, February. So if you look at this, he had this really, shit, what just happened? Sorry, guys. You little bitch-ass bitch. So look at this. He had a really big downtime, and then 6 months before right now, he just started to pick up this sick-ass volume. And
didn't
from
really
that
give
point,
himself a rest.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you feel like because you didn't do, like, are you disappointed that you didn't do Starvation?
Yeah, but it was for the better. I mean, I probably wouldn't have even made the bike this year due to just how much weight I've gained since my injuries have happened. I would have gone into it at 241 pounds. I wouldn't have gotten through that bike. I'm down to about 226 right now, though. So in the last couple of weeks, I've been able to put a lot of volume in running. I just finished up an hour ski outside in this stupid heat, just dripping sweat. So I'm melting away fat right now, and it feels good. It feels really fucking good.
You know who looks really ripped right now, and I can't tell if it's because he's super dehydrated, but have you seen Nick Bear training for High Rocks?
Yeah, dude.
He's fucking yoked right now.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? I did some training with him. This is 4 years ago now, and he looked so much bigger than me, but I outweighed him by like 25 pounds.
He's fluff. He doesn't have the density that we have.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think he was like 189, 191, and I was 210.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just insane. But he is so jacked right now.
I know bodybuilders who weigh the same as me who just look like giants. I'm like, why don't I look like that? But
I think if you just do that kind of like muscle work, they talk about the way you stimulate your muscle fibers, like, you just create a lot more voluminous muscle. That's why like Olympic lifters, they train at such a high intensity. It's a denser muscle fiber compared to those guys who train that longer capacity worth of like higher volume reps, and it creates such a fatter muscle fiber because you don't want to build weight. You want to build strength. And that's the difference between an Olympic lifter and a bodybuilder. But he's just been training like a bodybuilder for so long. That's where he ended up.
Mm-hmm.
Did, what the hell was I going to say? What would you say your prediction on his time is?
I'm going to say, is his first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say anywhere between 110 and 115. I don't think he cracks 110.
Really?
I don't think he cracks 110.
I gave him a 65-minute one. I've looked at his videos, and I think he's making a mistake on the way that he trains, but it's not he wanted me to come down to Texas and help him train, and And I was like, dude, I just don't have the capacity to like take time off and go down to Texas and train right now. Like
You just don't
I'm
want
all
to come
in.
to Texas. Just admit it. You just don't want to come to Texas. This place
It,
is miserable.
yeah, but I also like I'm taking the next 2 weeks off of training completely. I'm just like letting myself really come down so I can get like a full recovery, and then I'm going to start picking it back up again.
Yeah.
And then by the time I pick it back up again, I need to be going like I'm going to do maybe 10 hours the first week, 15 hours the second week, 18 hours the third week, and then I'm going to try to do like 20 hours, and that will be the end of my September. And then I'm going to go, 20, 22, and then 25, and then it'll be Battle Bunker. And then from there, I'm going to try to do 2 more big weeks in November, and that will be like my buildup. And I just don't have any time to take days of travel that are not necessary.
I get that. Yeah, my build up essentially started like cardio wise 3 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
because before that it was non-existent. Just didn't have anything in me because like coming off of an Achilles injury, a knee injury, a lower back injury, a broken wrist, like everything just kind of hit all at once this past 12 months. And right now I'm injury free, thankfully, but we'll see how that works out.
Do you think you got more injury prone the heavier you got, or
Yeah,
where did it start?
100%. Once
So-
I broke 230, I felt like I was just constantly getting hurt. My knees and my ankles were hurting. My Achilles was starting to hurt. But it also came with my job. My job, I'm walking around daily in what aren't like good shoes, like boots or a roofing shoe. And being on roofs where you're up and your foot is slanted because you're on the roof puts a lot of torque on my Achilles and my ankles and my knees. And I think that really took a toll on me as well because I went through a really busy season from March to July timeframe. And now it's finally slowing down and I'm noticing I'm not as hurt. I'm not as tired. And I'm able to like put some stuff in. So I think that, I mean, yeah, the heavier thing played a part. But when I was down to 215, 220, I felt like a rock star. And that's the goal for Hypercon games is somewhere in that range.
I think I'm the most dangerous between 205 and 210.
Yeah.
Lighter, I just became just a pussycat, and then heavier, I was just too loafy. I was too loafy. And everybody's got this thing. I often tell people, it's like if you just train a ton, eat a ton, your body will become the sword that it's meant to be. It will lean out. It's like a saber. You can make a samurai sword or a war hammer. It just depends on what you eat and do.
That's true.
Yes, Jade, I'm going to take 2 weeks off. All right, so I have another question for you. At that same Ironman, this dude named Patrick, God, I'm getting his name wrong. He ended up winning a world title in Ironman, but he ended up taking a bunch of painkillers before he ended up starting the race. Would you consider that to be cheating?
No, I wouldn't. Only because I think that is a way to battle inflammation and battle just pain that you may have. I was popping Motrin like it was candy when I was in the military because we were going from 6 in the morning until 6 in the evening, just constantly on the go with 60, 70-pound rucks on our back. Everything was hurting. So we were popping Motrin constantly because it was helping decrease our inflammation. It was helping to decrease the pain that we were having. It's probably why I'm so fucked up now. But I don't think it's a helpful tool that an athlete can use. I think all athletes can use it because one, it's going to be a blood thinner, and two, it's just going to help with inflammation. So blood thinners don't technically make you any better.
Yeah, I ended up taking a lot of Advil when I was doing the last Ironman we did in Copenhagen because I was in so much pain.
It's a necessary evil.
Yeah. But these people are trying to give him a hard time. They're trying to give him a hard time. I'm reading up on it right now. Looks
Those
like
people that
Sam
can't have water. Then that gives you benefits to it. They can't have water. There you go. See who can make it then.
They had big expectation for Sam Long, and he absolutely bombed it. Jesus Christ, man. Do you think that these guys are getting fitter, or do you think the equipment's just getting better? Because it used to be unheard of for people to be doing these times. And under 7:45, which is unheard of, there's 12 guys under 7:45.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think the technology in how a human body works and how it functions is getting to the point where we can fine tune how to make someone better at their specific sport. Kind of like you have with your trainer right now. He is one of the best in the world at what he does. Um, and being able to fine tune things. He's had all this years of experience, and we're finding new things out as we go. Every decade, we're finding new things out that are going to help people out. I mean, look at any sport. Look at football. You have faster athletes in football now because they train specifically for speed. But you also have the gear is getting better. The bikes are getting lighter. The shoes have carbon plates in them now. It's kind of just an all around mixture.
Yeah. Dude, because like the world record for the marathon in Ironman was held by Mark Allen until like 2 years ago, and it was 2:40 or 2:39, and now everybody's blitzing underneath that thing. And I was like, where did this come from? How did that stand for 29 years, and now it's just broken all the time?
Look at the 5-minute mile or the 4-minute mile.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's just odd that it's happening at the volume that it does. Like Sam Long, dude, who's like, the great American contender, he took 22nd with a 7:51. 22 people passed him. Like that used to be a dominant Ironman finish.
I mean, you got to look at it too. Like, look at High Rocks. What was your first time in High Rocks?
60 minutes.
And going sub 60 was kind of unheard of for a lot of people to do. And now everyone's going sub 60. Countless people are going sub 4 in a mile. It's like as soon as that barrier is broken, the floodgates just open for everybody. They're like, oh, it can be done. I can push harder now. And I think that's what ends up happening.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit confusing, but I'll leave it down. Ben Carr, good to be here finally. Nick is going for 6:32K time before 11:11 before Dallas. 6:32K row is not that hard. No. We've been doing that a long time ago. So if a dude's only able to run a 6:32K, I will say his capacity is not. He does not have the guts to do maybe a sub 70 High Rocks, because that's a.
What is that? A 137 500 roughly?
I mean, if you think about it, 7 is 145.
137 ish.
Yeah. Like I did 607, just recently did a 612, like earlier in the year. And, I know that's not massively ahead, but if he's above it right now, who knows? I roll 127 500, 630 ain't fast. Yeah. But Nick Hoyer, can you pull sub 630? Hoyer's a big fucker.
127 for 500. I mean, that's doable, but can you hold that 127 for another 500 and then another one and then another one?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, most people don't got a gut for that. All right, let's see here. I got to go back to the show notes. What is going on here, dude? Dude, look at this. They're about to do some kind of voodoo on my brain.
Ooh, my favorite.
Look at this. Do you see my head in this box? They're about to do voodoo on me.
What's going on?
I don't know, man. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say that they're about to do voodoo on me. I don't get this at all.
How's it being back in California after being gone for like what felt like a year?
There's a couple ways to look at this. Can you hold it beefcakes? Can you hold it beefcakes?
I'm beefcakes. He's talking.
Oh, okay.
I'm beefcakes. I could probably hold a 137 to 139 right now pretty solidly at my current capacity. I just did the Deca Strong, a 500 meter at 130, and I felt completely fine. I got off and went straight to box jumps, and I was completely fine. I could probably slow it down by 7 or 8 seconds and be good for another 1,500.
It's just the accumulation, dude. It's the accumulation of it that just gets people. I am really glad to be home. It's admittedly took a lot out of me. Like, I'm so lucky that I was able to live the way that I do and just do the things that I want to do. But I was really left in this position where I was just drained. And that's why I'm taking 2 weeks off right now. Like, I'm back here and I've got all the tools, and every single indicator in my body is telling me not to train right now. Like, I went out for a bike ride the other day that I would do for 4 or 5 hours and like in the mountains, and I couldn't even do 2 hours. Like, I was begging to go home. and I'm just tired.
Not
So-
physically tired, but just like mentally and like emotionally just drained. Just everything just all at once.
Everything. I'm physically tired too, dude. Like I think my nervous
Yeah.
system's just shot. So, I was saying, so I quit High Rocks after, like, I was not really training 2 years ago. I was not really training for High Rocks that much, and then I lost the world championships, and then I kept my volume down really, really low and worked on strength, and then I lost nationals and my volume was still low, and that's when I started to pick it up, and then I just pushed really, really hard for 3 months, and I just dominated everybody in 2022. Then in 2023, I had quit High Rocks and I was just like paddling and messing around, riding my bike, building strength, not very much volume, not very much intensity, just practicing the skill of getting good in a boat. Like I couldn't even go fast enough to use my heart. I didn't have the technique. And then all of a sudden, I just started doing High Rocks in literally February 1st and went March, April, May, set the world record again and won the world title. And then last year, I started doing a High Rocks at a very intense pace in October. And I stayed October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So that's 8 months. I usually would do a build that was this big.
Yeah, you started in Anaheim last year.
I didn't start in Anaheim last year. I started in Birmingham. I did Birmingham.
That's right.
I did Birmingham. I did London. No, I did Birmingham, Birmingham, Anaheim, London, Manchester. Oh, sorry, London, Stockholm, Manchester. In the first 3 months, I had done 5 races, which was just a ton for me. Yeah, so that's where I think I just had burnt myself out, and I'm there, and I can just take some time off. Like I have it. I really got so many things to do back here with just setting up like what we've got going on with Builder and House, and like I'm just pumped to be home anyways. So I'm excited, dude. Like I'm going up to the cabin this weekend, and I'm just gonna like rip shit up, run
First
around
time
the
back in the
mountains
cabin.
naked.
How long?
Dude, 3-4 months.
Gosh,
I need your help rebuilding that roof.
I got you. Just let me know.
Yeah. All right.
We can
So
get it all done.
easy, dude. Easy. Let's see here. I had some other notes. Christian Blumenfeld, blah, 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 blah. Well, I did see. So we have doping, like dope testing in High Rocks now.
Yeah.
So it is good. Like it is the start. But here's the thing I will just list. Anybody who's got half a brain, they drug test you at the event. Anybody who's got half a brain, like they talked about this in all the Tour de France stuff, like you don't take the dope at the event. That's like, it's like if you smoke weed, you don't smoke it in front of your parents. You smoke it like an hour beforehand, and then you wash your hands and brush your teeth so they can't smell it on you when they get home, kind of thing. It's like you don't leave a smoking barrel in the house, and it's so recent that you know your parents are going to catch you. So it is interesting, like how they chose to do that. And literally, I don't know anybody who's been like caught red-handed doing it. I don't know how the CrossFitters are so stupid. They get caught all the fucking time.
Like who was it that just recently got caught?
Fair amount, dude. I mean, you have to go to Andrew Hiller's page. He's the guy who tends to have like all the drama on this stuff.
Yeah. Dude, I went to the CrossFit games, just kind of like the vendor village type of thing.
Was it bad?
It was somber, dude. It was just kind of like quiet, and it was very like it was weird. You could tell everyone was still upset, but yeah, it was an experience nonetheless. It's the first time I've gone to just kind of hang out and not really attend it because I had stuff going on, so I wasn't able to just go buy tickets and just watch it all. But just hanging out with people that were in the area in between events. You can tell people were just kind of like, meh. Heard it wasn't the best run CrossFit games either.
Yeah, man. Like I don't even want to touch it. I don't want to talk about it. Like it's just one of these kind of things where it's like a shitty situation. And the best thing that could happen is everyone comes together rather than tear each other apart. And
like that's not going to happen. You know that.
I'm just watching so many people just post hate on them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, like there's like a whale in the water and there's all these boats with like harpoons, like, yar, har, har. Like that's what they're doing. And I'm like, dude, you guys are killing your own baby. Like, I
Yeah.
know something really bad happened. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
I've heard so many different takes on it. Like, apparently, like 5 or 6 other athletes got out of the water and said they were lightheaded and were just out of it completely because the water was hot, the air was hot, everything was just hot. So everything was at a different level of what they were used to. Because I've been in that lake before. It is hot. It's a hot lake. It's not like perfect swimming pool. But
yeah, but dude, like, the Norseman, like the event that we were trying to qualify for, you
Mhm.
jump in the water and it's like 40 degrees and you have to swim
Yeah.
2.5 miles.
yeah,
Like, did anybody think going to Dallas, Texas in August was not going to be hot?
you're right.
I'm not saying like I think anything that happened was like appropriate, but I'm just saying like I keep on hearing those specific things and I'm like, wait, what? Here's the thing that I just Googled real quick, and I'm not saying that this is like a positive note to reflect on, but it's a reality. Deaths peaked in 2019 and an average have increased from the last 5 years to 15.75 people dying per year in Ironmans. And I bet you the majority of them are probably in the water.
100%.
So it's like you went almost 20 years in an event and no one passed away. And every single year has how many swim events inside the CrossFit Games?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't want to make it light of it by any means, but I don't think it's very positive to like just like jump on them. Like, I think what you do is you say, hey, listen, this has been a mistake and we need to reflect on it and grow. Like, have you ever listened to Extreme Ownership or Extreme Leadership by Jocko Willink? I think Extreme Ownership. It's a really good book. And like one of the things that they just keep on trying to get you to do is like take ownership of mistakes and see like what you did in that moment. And rather than like hate on each other and all these kind of things, like you had to like, and they were always kind of reflecting about what they were doing in the field because it's these life or death moments. It's so real. Mistakes become such a tragic result if you make a mistake that you had to really take incredible amounts of ownership for your actions to make sure that you were always tweaking for performance and safety regulations in those fields. And being that it's a military based company, like CrossFit's always kind of had that, I think that they're going to make a much better choice. Like, we are going to have swim events in the Ibercom Games. One of the first things that we had a meeting about, because we had to reflect about this, is I was like, hey guys, everybody has to have neon colored caps on. And they can't all be the same colors. They have to have multiple colors so that when athletes are swimming next to each other, you can differentiate the heads. Because if it's just a bunch of colors of yellow, it will blend. So what we're doing is immediately making sure that there's something bright yellow, bright pink, bright blue in the water. So if you see somebody like kind of like flashing around or things like that, a darker head color will not all of a sudden just get washed away within the water. Like that's something that's like an immediately cheap and easy potential that can increase visibility by a magnitude that's massive.
Yeah, 100%.
And
that's why they tell parents to put their kid, if they're swimming in lakes, just or pools, not to wear blue or brown or black or any of these like dull colors. Wear bright orange, bright yellow, bright red colors because it just makes things so much easier to see, especially if there's like an emergency and you have to jump in real quick and find somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, what we're saying right now, probably people are going to get super upset in some context. And I don't really know how to make you guys feel better because it's not like I'm an event director and I cannot say that I have all of the answers, but I hope there's a more positive light that's going to be shed on this thing about getting better and improving sports globally rather than destroying one, because I feel like everyone's in a destroy type mindset because we're on the edge of CrossFit kind of just falling apart. All right, back to the notes. Dude, did you see this? A kid found a soap that you rub on your skin that will potentially cure skin cancer.
No.
Oh my God, I gotta
He
find
found a soap?
like a 14-year-old kid.
He created it or he found it?
No, he created it.
Okay. I'm saying, like, he was just walking through the forest one day. He saw like a bar of soap and he just started rubbing it on himself. He's like, oh.
Yeah, dude. 14-year-old scientist Heman Bekele on his quest to fight skin cancer with soap. Heman spent the last year developing a soap bar that could treat skin cancer, and he won some big award. Let me tell you something,
Wow.
guys. This kid will be offed within
I was
like.
getting ready to say Blackwater is about to find him and he's about to be gone.
Yeah, you're gonna see this kid
The Black Rock.
disappear, dude. Like I feel so bad for this child. Look at him.
Black Rock and the
Look at
Clintons
this
are
innocent
gonna find
boy
him.
that is about to get just somehow
no.
disappeared.
Oh, poor sweet angel.
Yeah, dude. Look at that smile, dude. That guy is going down. Oh my God.
Did you hear
dude.
about the I think it was either a helicopter or a plane accident that a lot of people were flying to either flying to Mexico or from Mexico, and they were all cancer.
Oh yeah, all the
doctors.
cancer doctors that were gonna help like cure cancer. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have a doubt in my mind. Dude, I had this argument with my dad. This is the weekend of Anaheim. My dad's like, these countries are so much worse. I was like, what do you think America is? I was like, think about the two guys that were whistleblowers for Boeing that ended up just getting they committed suicide. There were two people that were going to testify in court and they committed suicide before they were able to testify. And then Boeing is now getting wrecked in court right now. They're getting caught up with all these things. And you're just like, man, of course these big companies don't want to deal with that. Boeing's one of the biggest companies in the entire world. And if you found out that the air regulations were off, all of us who spend this ludicrous amount of money to fly through this capsule in the sky are going to immediately freak the fuck out. Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden cancer, God, like I have people in my family that pass away from cancer. It is a tragically unfortunate thing, but with the amount of money and resources that have just gone into so many other things in our lifetime that don't make sense that they are able to figure out. Like if Elon Musk really wanted to figure out cancer, he would cure it in like an instant, but he's too excited about rockets and cars and robots and things like that. Mm-hmm. But this kid who's 14 years old and is too innocent to know that he's about to be offed is about to solve it.
Yeah. It's absurd. Like, there's so much money in the world that could be put toward that. And they just don't.
Well, think about how cheap soap's going to be compared to radiation. And that's why.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the last.
Make that soap $700 a bar.
Yeah. No, dude, did you hear about the guy who ended up like they had the AIDS like the AIDS vaccine and the AIDS medication, HIV medication, and then he bought it and just increased the price massively?
I saw that.
I love that. Like, that's just so hysterical. Someone just like, I like this idea. He's like, and he just adds 2 zeros to the end of it. It's like, what? This is crazy, dude. Did you see this? They also
That's
changed.
what Spartan Race did over the last decade. They were like, "Oh, people like this. $200. They like it even more. $300."
Oh, dude,
just kept rocketing up.
I just signed up for my my mountain bike race, and it's $200. Like it was not that 2 years ago. It was nowhere near that. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? The course, by the way, is like 30% of what it used to be because like the woods got damaged, and now they're just charging like twice as much, and you don't even get to go on the cool course anymore.
Greedy ass companies.
Let's go through the experience of how much it's going to cost to buy a ticket at Spartan Race.
This is gonna be comical. Look at a season pass now. Do you remember how much they were when we raced?
What was it, like $400?
They're like four grand now.
Are they really?
They're so high.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if that's an accurate number, but last I looked, it was like 3,000.
Okay, here we go. Which one do you want to check out? The West Virginia Beast?
That's a big one, yeah. Actually, Vermont's coming
Big Bear.
up in September. Big Bear's a good one.
Big Bear. Let's go to Big Bear. Let's go to the Beast. Come on.
I'm gonna say 350.
You think so?
Yeah. What's your guess?
Tickets from 166. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, that's a lie.
Competitive 184
Really?
at this price. But
you
you
gotta
know, dude,
remember,
like
you get fees and taxes.
yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff at
Here
the
we
end.
go. Let's commit now. Let's see what happens here. I bet you it really comes out to like 240 or 260.
I bet it breaks 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if my internet didn't suck, or maybe their
So
site
it
sucked.
was you in the beginning of this, is what you're saying.
No, dude, because I have a completely clear thing with you now.
Hmm.
Continue with email. Come on, dude. Don't anybody look at my thing.
Staring at it hard.
Don't tell anybody my email, dude. Keep it to yourself. Ah! All right, guys, we're not doing this. I have to do all these passwords and stuff. Fuck these guys. But you know
For
it's
everyone who
expensive as
doesn't
all.
know, Hunter doesn't know any of his passwords. He hires someone to keep track of his passwords.
All right. That's not cool. That's not cool. Why gotta be like that? Why gotta be like that? Yeah. I mean, dude, you know what's pretty crazy is like Ironman tickets are $1,000. Like, how much was? There's like $500 for the starvation.
Yeah.
I kind of get it, but like it's just so much work. But Ironman tickets are over $1,000, and they're having like 3,000 people come and race, and that you get them for so many other things like shirts and bags and other shit.
Mm-hmm.
You out of here? What are you looking for?
Nothing. I'm gonna grab some batteries.
What, bro? You're gonna take my batteries? Did you rip all the stuff off the GoPro?
Yeah.
All right. Is it still in there?
Yeah, I put it.
All right, bud. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.
I'll see you this weekend. Thanks for everything, dude. Studio looks great. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit, dude. Drive safe. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's another crazy thing, dude. The CrossFit Games, it cost me around $7,000 to go there when I went because the amount of signing up for the event, which is $400, but the actual hotels, the flights, everything like that, it was aggressive. It was really, really aggressive. You got to imagine the demographic of people that go to things like Spartan races and High Rocks and things like that regularly. They got some coin. Like when I was at the seminars, this was mind blowing. Everybody had $200 pairs of super shoes on. They had Coros Garmin watches on that were like $600 to $1,000. They had brand new. Every dude was in 247 gear. And the chicks had their tight, sexy leggings on from Lululemon that probably cost like $120, and then $120 for the bra. Like you were really looking at people with outfits that were ranging anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Like it was amazing. And that doesn't include your gym membership. That doesn't include your showing up to the event. You know, these people are all taking supplements and they're taking so many things. Like it's such an expensive lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know the last time you invested in anything. Like what was the last time you signed up for something you like went out of your way to spend money for it?
Starvation. I got that bike in the background that you see right there for $3,000. I didn't even get to use this year, but I just paid for a ski erg at the CrossFit Games that was like 50% off.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I got it for like $700.
Really?
Dude, it was used, and I looked at the meters on it. It was just over 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's a pretty good deal. If you could have any one piece of equipment for training this next year, what would you want?
Ski erg.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's just a full body workout. You can do anything with it. You can do squats with it. You can just do upper body. It's so multifaceted. It's not like a rower. I mean, a rower is great, but you're sitting down the whole time. And I don't think working out is sitting down. And a bike is just legs. It's good for cardiac output, but based off our conversations in the past, Nordic skiers have the best VO2 max in the world, and I think a ski erg is the best piece of equipment out there for anyone.
Yeah. Dude, I was just looking up the records. What do you think the record is held for 1 hour pace
a
for the ski
skier?
erg record. Yeah.
Dude, I was just holding a 204 for my hour, and I was outside, and my heart rate was 160 the whole time. I'm gonna say 127.
No. It's
No.
It's 140.
140. Okay, I was thinking
Like,
like there was some beefy dude like Jason Marshall
yeah.
was holding like a
Dude,
127.
he holds a 130 for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
what I was going
insane,
off of.
dude.
Oh,
Dude, have you seen his things? Like, he does like 20 to 5,500s at race pace.
it's nuts. And he holds the exact same stroke count, the exact same pace for all of it. It's like, how do you do that?
The people that hold erg records for the most part, like, I'm gonna sound like a prick saying this, but it's like almost like basketball players. Like, you're so tall and you're so close to the hoop, it's a totally different league than the version that I would play.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are so big. Like, Jason's 240 to 260.
Yeah.
He's bigger than you are, and he has an insane engine. We're not taking away from that. But if you took that same engine and you put it on a 200-pound frame or a 180-pound frame, you can't do the same work.
Yeah.
You just can't. But if you asked him to go run a 10K, he would be maybe 15 minutes behind me, 10 to 15 minutes behind me. If you asked him to do a 10K ski erg, he beats me by about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's one of
nuts.
those kind of things where it's totally different. That was the next thing I want to talk about, dude. They're changing in the 2028 Olympics. All of history, this has been the same distance. They're changing it for the first time in LA Olympics. They're changing the row from 2,000 meters to 1,500 meters.
Why?
If I had to guess, because of the water that they're using, like, it's just easier for them to shorten it by those extra 500 meters, because I don't even really think it's that much distance, but it must be something that interferes with their ability to film, get seats, make it like repeatable and enjoyable, because 2,000 meters is not that long. Like, you and I could cover that distance in they're covering the distance in under 6 minutes. So it takes the race from a 6-minute race down to a 4:30 race. And I doubt, like, rowing's one of the more popular events in the Olympics, at least I think, from like a global standpoint, because usually the United States and Great Britain tend to be the two highest medaling countries, and we tend to have the best rowing teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder why they're changing it. I have no clue.
Yeah, they're changing a lot of stuff. I mean, I was hoping to see breakdancing, but whatever.
You're hoping to? They cut it out?
They're getting rid of breakdancing completely because of the whole breakdancing with Australia debacle. Did you see that?
Yeah, dude. That girl's probably going to be one of the more hated people in Olympic history for the Australia.
Yeah, I only remember two people really from the Olympics, and that was the second best shooter and the worst breakdancer.
Yeah,
two people
I literally just compared this the other day. I was just like, dude, the two most talked about stories in the Olympics, like at least the ones I heard the most about, was the guy's cock hitting the bar for pole vaulting, and the breakdancer and the shooter. Yeah. And those events, none of those events are actually that cool. Like, it's a penis, it's an idiot, and a weird looking guy who could be in like an action, like a weird character.
I'm pretty sure he's just a hitman. He was like, I want to show the world what I can actually do.
How insane would that be? Have you seen the movie The Assassin?
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. Was that Michael Fassbender?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's great. Like, he's such an unassuming person. Like, I doubt assassins look like you or I.
Yeah. Yeah. They're just normal people.
Yeah.
Like if you go and you put 100 people in a line and you said there's 10 Navy SEALs in that group of 100 people, I can almost guarantee you couldn't pick out a single one of them, because they just don't look like Navy SEALs. They look like regular people. They would look like Alex. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
Alex is a monster. If Alex came for me, I'd be so scared. He's the last person I'd want chasing me. He's so pale. He's like, no, please. Dude, I'd be terrified. Don't touch me with your pale skin. Just shoot me. I'm trying to think what else happened to the Olympics that was really like groundbreaking. But there was a couple stories of just like crazy performance. But I think there was a lackluster in the 100-meter at the Olympics. Like that Noah Lyles guy, I think is kind of a boring 100-meter champion. He wasn't like Usain Bolt. And then I'm trying to think of other really big events. Like the 1500 meter was amazing. Like that was a pretty exciting story. That chick who ran the 3 back-to-back medals in all 3 distance races, like that was beastly. But I feel like this Olympics, oddly enough, was centered more around strange media than it was athletic potential.
Yeah, because everyone talked about the opening ceremony, the worst people that do stuff, and how the whole thing was set up. You didn't really hear much about the athletes.
Yeah. What's interesting? How do you feel about X, like the new version of Twitter?
I never had Twitter, so I don't really have any opinion on it. I don't even know what X is really.
It's the old version of Twitter. They kind of chopped it down because they thought it was kind of like a censorship platform, and it was just getting too weird with what they were catering the messages to. So Musk bought it and basically turned it into a complete like they unblocked everybody who was in there, and they just made this complete free sounding board for any kind of comments. You can post nudity, assassinations, like whatever it is, or you can just be like, "Hey, my dog and I went for a walk today." It's like it doesn't matter what your version is, but
so it's Instagram.
Well, no, dude, Instagram is really weird. Like I get my stuff censored often.
I'm personally currently censored because I posted the video of my gun a few weeks ago. Like if you search my name, if we're not friends right now, you can't find me.
I
You
did
have to
type
put
in
in
Caleb Yates. I typed in Caleb Yates and I could not find it when I tried to tag you in the story this morning.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. You have to tag me in the you have to tag my handle. My name will not pop up for some reason.
That's Alex. Yeah, dude. Like how weird is that? So it's like
Yeah.
it's so odd. And I think that's was the like my buddy who was here today, he was like, dude, I don't like what X is. It's so much misinformation. And I was like, well, at least there's no censorship on the information. Like it's
Yeah.
not meant to be this platform where you're convinced that everything in there is true. Like you have to be an adult and like a mature person and decide and use your brain to actually figure out what information is true and what information you want to rely on as a true. And like the fact that there's platforms that are blocking you for having a gun, even though I'm sure it was probably in a very lighthearted way, like it wasn't pointed at someone's face. Those are the kind of things that are kind of creepy from the censorship platform. And, in my mind, like a lot of the hate and a lot of the information that was really being pushed out there about the Olympics came from X. Like my brother was sending me a ton of stuff. Like that's the platform my brother uses. My brother, he does not use social media. He just uses X to get information, and then he sends the things or thinks about, like looks at the things that he thinks really are most valuable. But I like the idea of it, dude. Like it's like even our YouTube stuff gets censored and my Instagram gets censored. We get disapproved on stuff all the time. Like I get every single time I send someone a DM now, I get this thing that pops up. It's like, hey, be appropriate and follow community guidelines. Like I can't even, because I probably say so much stupid shit to you guys in the DMs. It thinks that I'm some kind of like violent person.
Yeah. I got a message the other day on Instagram, and I forget who I was sending it to, but it was just something very lighthearted. It wasn't like, "Hey, fuck you," or anything like that. It just said something that apparently Instagram didn't like. It said, "Are you sure you want to send this? Some of the context may be inappropriate for some users." I was like, "Yes, I want to send it. What are you talking about?"
I know.
Like, it wasn't anything like crazy.
British. This is actually an interesting story. Let's see if I can find it. Some big author just had his social media taken down. He's a British author.
I think I know who you're talking about. I just read about it.
Josiah Bancroft. Let's see here. Yeah, I got to find out who the fuck it was. But it was like a very prominent guy, like a big deal. And
Yeah.
I think he shared his opinion about the, questionable female boxer. And he had like his whole page taken down. You're just like, what? Shit's scary, dude.
It wasn't J.K. Rowling, was it?
No, but I think supposedly
She said something.
Yeah, I think she's being sued, and so is Elon Musk being sued.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be careful, dude. You can get
I know.
yourself up in a hate crime. I get so weird. Like you and I are talking right now, and I don't think we've like put any massive labels on anything, but all it takes is just somebody grabbing a little piece of a clip and then taking it out of context, and could make you, even in that cute outfit, look like a total dick.
Oh, I am. So.
Where did you get that sick hat?
Dude, I've had this hat for years.
What about the shirt?
This was a birthday present from Luke's wife before we went to Miami.
God, that's hot.
I know, right?
Is DecaFit still doing well?
I think so. I just do it for fun. I travel with Luke. He puts on like the road shows. He works for Spartan. So anytime he says, "Hey, I'm going to Houston or out of town a little bit. Do you want to come with me?" I'm like, "Sure." It gets me out of Dallas. And I go do these events with him. Just kind of just hanging out with him, just spending some time with my buddy, and just competing with people. Like that's what I enjoy doing. I like competing. I don't know if they're doing well, but every time that we go to one, they're always booked very heavily.
What? Oh, so they are booked.
Yeah.
That's
The
good,
DecaFit Ultra in Fort Wayne, Indiana, apparently that was a bust. I think like 70 people showed up to that.
What does that even mean? Like the one where you just get to do unlimited?
So it was the one that Dylan Scott won. It was 5 DecaFits in a row. Like 500 meters of running in between each station for 10 stations. You do that 5 times. So it was what is that? A 5K, 10K, 25K of running.
That's like somebody who wins like a Tide Pod eating contest. Like it's a dumb thing to do. I guess you can say that, I did it better than anybody else, but you also did eat a Tide Pod.
That's true.
Yeah. Like
I had no interest in that. It's kind of like the Go Ruck division in High Rocks. I had no interest in doing that. I did it one time and I stopped halfway. I was like, this is hurting. Like I don't want to do this.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I was down in Newport just recently, and I was working there for a week, and I saw this rucking community go by, and I wanted to say something, but I was just like, you know what? They're happy. But the rucking thing, I still don't get.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I mean, didn't it wreck your back?
Yeah, it wrecked my knee, my back, and my hip, and I was like, this is dumb. Like I'll do workouts with a weight vest on. And sometimes I'll do like a mile run or a mile walk, or like sometimes I'll go for 30-minute walks with a vest on, but never a ruck because you're angled at such a different way to carry that weight. It's not good for you. I mean, I did it throughout the military, and I attribute that to my lower back issues
and old age, and having to carry around that
fat.
heavy ass mustache. Were you chunky in the military?
No, I was like 195, 200 pounds.
Oh, you were skinny.
I was fast. I was very fast.
Huh. You just gave up on that life?
Well, I was doing a ton of cardio stuff, 0 lifting at all. Like I just wasn't lifting because we were going through so much training every day. We were in the pool, we were running, we were rucking, and it was from 6 to 6 every single day. So I just had no time to really gain weight.
I feel that way right now. I weigh over 215, but I'm going to chill out for a little bit because I get any heavier, it's going to be hard to come back down the slide.
Yeah.
You
What's
get
the
so
next
fat.
couple of weeks with House looking like? I know we're coming off the strength program.
I mean, you come off the strength program, and I think it's like really important for everybody to like really deload. Like, it's so interesting to me about how many people. I say this often. It's like, if a doctor came up and gave you the cure to cancer on a napkin, like, would you sit there and just like poo-poo it? No. You just be like, oh my God, this is the cure. My programming for 90% of the people that are doing high rocks, there's like 10% that have special needs or some kind of crazy situation, is the solution to their high rocks time or hybrid style events.
Yeah.
I just saw so many people go through the summer program, including yourself, and just get insanely strong. And they're like, I didn't know I could be fast and this strong at the same time. And I was like, yeah, you followed a plan that was just the right amount of work to get just the right results. I need people now to like let go of that and then slowly start the next version of themselves. But what we have a really hard time with is everybody wants to be soaked in sweat at all times, looking at like numbers that they're PRing. Where in reality, if this is another analogy, if you talk to an artist and you give him a stone, he's a sculptor, you give him a stone, and the very first like week or month, it just looks like a stone. You'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
3 months in, it's starting to have a little bit of shape, but you're still like, why? What is that blob right there? 6 months later, you can see all like the arms, the chest, the face. And then in the last month is where you're just polishing. But it takes a very, very long time of patience, of avoiding what the very end is going to be and doing the right things in the beginning to get to the end properly. That's going to make the biggest difference. So what's coming up next is called Base Builder for Pro. And that's basically where somebody gets in and does just the right amount of zone 2 work to stimulate their oxidative system to be fit enough to actually sustain the high intensity that comes later on in the year. If you just do this all the time, you're going to have a shorter road that you can hold it on. If you do base training for a long time, you can then match the intensity for just as long. And people don't get that. And from there, you are looking at 2 other programs, which is we're launching what's called HPT, which is hybrid performance training, which is like strength training in a hybrid style, which is like not the 5x5s, but more of like intensity and duration based, which I think is really dope. And then there's Hill Runner for people that like just suck at running and really need to just focus on that. And I think hill training, even if you don't have hills, use a treadmill, is one of these kind of things where I even went back and I looked at all of these guys, Christian Blumenfeld and Cole Hawker, the guy who won the 1500 meter. They were doing lots of hill training far out. And Haile Gebrselassie and Bekele, these are the guys that used to be the best runners. They said that their best results actually came from doing stints of time where they were doing extremely intense and specific durations of hill training. I live in Malibu for a reason. Like I could be a deadbeat loser and move to Austin, Texas, like the rest of you guys, and just like be there and be an influencer. But I intend to live in Malibu because there's mountains that actually make a difference in my training rather than just taking pictures of my shirt off all the time with the rest of the other idiots in the room. But I digress.
Stay beefy. Stay beefy.
Yeah. You know who just moved down there? Nick.
I know.
Nick, I know, dude. I mean, listen, he's just going to have the time of his life. But he's the definition of that. Like, I respect him. He's super, super smart. But he's more of an internet athlete than a real athlete. No offense, Nick. But, you know, you painted your own picture, so don't make fun of me for critiquing it. But, you know.
I actually just talked to him after a rally, and we're going to try to meet up at some point. Just because I haven't seen him since I was out in California with Paulie and all them.
Dude, those were the days.
Dude, that was a lot of fun.
What do you think Paulie's up to other than selling bodies online?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's still like in the space of the challenge, trying to get that whole thing, like get his persona up. But I don't know. He's living his life, man. He's living in Destin now in Florida. He has his house in Montana, I believe, still. But he's apparently loving it in Florida. He was in Paris just recently, over for the Olympics.
I love that guy.
Yeah. I told him that we're going to try to set something up here in the next couple of months to go out there, and he needs to come out.
Is he going to come, though? Because he always just comes up with this bullshit why he can't come.
But just blast him on social media and make sure he does come.
Dude, he's just such a bitch ass, dude. I don't know why. I mean, I love the guy. Like, there's so many things that he's made me laugh so hard.
Don't talk to him like that. He's my friend. I remember that like it was yesterday. I remember we went for a run and got lost. They were like, where the fuck is Paulie?
Yeah. He's yeah, he's honestly one of these guys. You know who I really want to come visit us is Uncle Kunkel.
Oh man, Kunkel. I forgot all about him. What's he doing now? Is he still running 100 miles every day?
I will probably bring him on the podcast in the very near future just to see the kind of weird shit that he's up to. But I think he kind of went down the pipeline of like becoming like another kind of like a prolific becoming like a very prolific, I don't know, voice. Like, there's people who just like get on the internet and say really ridiculous shit.
I know a guy.
Oh yeah, Richard Dawkins, dude. This is the guy. This is the censorship, dude. Richard Dawkins. Okay.
What is that name?
He's the author, dude. So this is the guy who had his something was just
He's
taken
an
down.
Oxford professor.
Yeah, dude. And he had his social media taken away.
Oh shit. Dude, censorship is just so stupid now. Like,
He had his
white guys can't say anything.
He had his Facebook account taken away. And this is like a pretty well-verified 83-year-old man who probably is not known for hate crimes. He's born in Kenya. Like, the guy is a worldly man. He's got a shit
And he said
ton of
something
books
about
out.
the boxer.
I think so. And, I don't want to be spreading misinformation, but he's a biologist and a zoologist. So I think he probably has a pretty decent understanding of just like, human existence and biology. Now, do I know exactly what he said? No, and I don't want to spread misinformation, but he's banned from Facebook. And that's just like one of those kind of things where you're just like, you get kind of nervous. You're just like, what grounds that decision? Like somebody of that level. Because what I get really confused about is like, how can somebody right there basically say something like that? And then when I go on Instagram or even Facebook, everything I see out there is like porn or sales or misinformation. And then all of a sudden someone just like, who's like a verified, very intelligent person making like, dozens of books at a global level and teaching at one of the best universities in the world. His opinion is just now all of a sudden like chopped to pieces. So
and his career is ruined.
I mean, maybe. I think there's probably a lot. Dude, the world's swinging back a little bit. I think like where you used to say something and everyone jumped on your back and kind of just torched you. There is now like a group of people who are like, nah, fuck it. Like,
yeah, they're tired of it.
Did you see some guy, that baseball player called somebody the FAG word?
Yeah.
And his jersey sales were like record breaking.
Yeah. And then when he came back after his suspension, everyone gave him a standing ovation.
See, so shit's changing. Now, I'm not condoning either that, but I'm just like, it's changing. That's what I was using as an example.
Yeah, like people are tired of being politically correct. However, there needs to be a fine line between what you can say and what you can't say. I don't think you should be going around saying that stuff, just like calling everyone that. However, like saying it to someone who's heckling you and talking shit to you, if the guy wasn't like, we don't know if the guy was gay or not. Like if he wasn't gay and he just called him that, then it's just heckling back. Like that's what it is. It's just shit talking back. Like it doesn't mean anything. I don't think it was a hate crime by any means.
Well, I think the thing that's really weird is you give these people millions and millions of dollars to swing a stick at a ball, and then all of a sudden they're just like testosterone filled like wild men who just are in male clubs, riling each other up all the time, and you expect these people to be like the most well-behaved men on the world.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. I don't get it. I watched a thing the other day where this guy who had this incredible comeback story in the UFC because he was one of the best guys in the Ultimate Fighter show and was going to be like a UFC champion. And then basically he got kicked off because he got drunk one night and just went like the first time they gave him booze, he lost his fucking mind. And I was like, think about like what you've done to this guy. You put him on television, you hyped him up, you made him fight people all the time, and then you gave him just enough liquor to let the demon come out, and you put him in public.
Yeah.
And then they banned him, and you're just like, well, I kind of somewhat blame the entity of the UFC for even letting that guy get to that point, because it's just like it would be like getting a tiger and poking it with a stick all the time, and then all of a sudden just removing the cage.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, bud. I want to go to bed. I'm gonna eat some food.
I do too. It's 10:15 here. It's way past my bedtime.
Fuck, dude, that's crazy. Okay, guys, here's a couple things I want to talk about. One, we may or may not have just sold out of hydro. We're going back through all the systems. Shit's been selling like wildfire. So if you guys don't see it on the website, it's because it's so delicious. Everyone's been buying hydro, and this is the Builder US site, so buildersports.com. I have 2 jars here behind me. If you guys want to come up to my ranch and fight me for it, so be it. Strength X2 is, and pre-power's out. Strength X2, you can have as much as you want, guys. It's the best product in the entire world for getting buff and jacked. You had 5 scoops in one day, didn't you?
I did for Strength X2. I got my hydro right here.
Yeah.
Strength X2 and 3 right there.
You have serious mass in the background too, dude.
Yeah,
Nicholas Hoyer just got a 3-pack. Let's go, boys. If you guys do find me, I will give you a pink water bottle. This is limited edition, the best. Stay thirsty. Babes love it. Dudes love it. It's no big deal. If you guys are interested in getting in shape and being beautiful and fabulous and having the results of a unicorn, you should go to a page called housetraining.com, because we do create the best workouts. You see those jerseys behind me? Those are world titles. That's a world title banner. I created all this shit, and I'm going to go do it again, bitch. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. But here's the thing, guys. If you want to end up having a great result in your next race, you should come check us out for a while. We have an incredible company, incredible coaching system, incredible athletes, and we're really, really pumped about it. You know, a lot of the guys are in the comments right now. They're athletes with our company. Caleb's had some really incredible results. I'll pay for the postage down to Australia. You're going to have to come and pry it off my dead body. But guys, remember housetraining.com, Builder Sports, or Builder International. We pretty much ship globally except for South America and Asia. But anywhere besides there, come get some, baby. And I appreciate you guys staying tuned. I know it was late night. We didn't have as many people in the show because most of our customer base is over in the UK. But we promised to bring back some sick notes. And I'm going to a special place this weekend, and I'm going to get all of the workouts and details ready for HyperCom Games. It's going to be coming out, a ton of information September 1st. So if you're an athlete, stay tuned, guys. It's coming out soon. And if you guys want to find Caleb, he is banned right now. But what's your social media?
It's a hybrid paradigm. Hybrid_paradigm.
Let's go, baby. I'll catch you guys soon.
See you guys.